My name is Beau Forbes, and I play the role of Brandon in the Chicago cast of FMen, produced by Bailiwick Chicago. So, if I were going to describe my character in a word, it would be deluded. You know, Brandon is a man who's built an entire house of lies around him. He has, a perfect Hollywood marriage. He's a big movie star. He's, Mr. America, clean, Midwestern life, America's sweetheart, okay? That's what I called him in rehearsal one time, and everybody laughed. But that's the public image he is, and he presents to the rest of the United States. But then you go inside that house that he's built, and, he's doing some dark, dark things, and not having gay sex, that, homosexual activities aren't dark in and of themselves, but, soliciting people to fuck you in broom closets, going around and taking advantage of people, lying for sex, doing those things, lying to your wife, lying to your family, lying to your fans, lying to everyone, lying to yourself. So, yeah, he's built a house of lies around himself, incredibly narcissistic, thinks he's God in creation. But yeah, so that would be the immediate impression of Brandon. But underneath that, I like to think that he's not just lying to himself. What he's really doing is he is really trying to find a way that he can come and truly be himself, despite his status as a celebrity, as a movie star. He's really trying to find love. He's doing a lot of deep, dark things to get there. But what he's really trying to do is just find someone who will love him and accept him for who he is. And unfortunately, he's going down all the wrong paths to get there. Now, when it comes to his relationships in the show, his first relationship is with Sammy, the playwright. And this is emblematic of that dark path he's going down. I get him to come into this broom closet with me under the false pretenses of offering him a gig writing for my next movie, but really it's just a hook to get him to fuck me. And I lie to him, I promise him a gig writing on this, and then after I get what I want and he bangs me, I just roll out, and that's pretty crappy. It's really the powerful taking advantage of the powerless. But then it's nice because then the tables are turned when he suddenly threatens to expose me and pulls out his camera phone. He's going to tell the world, and I'm like, no, please, I'll do anything. So it's nice to have that power dynamic turned around. The other relationship I have in this show is with Donald, the newspaper reporter, and that's a much more equal footing. Donald is obviously just as successful, just as comfortable with himself, and just as powerful as I am. So we interact on this plane where it's not powerful and powerless, but rather it's more master and student. I'm coming to him for advice on how to live a life of lies, which he has done successfully for decades and decades and decades. Here I am, 10 years into my marriage, just a few years into being a movie star, and I can barely keep it up without screwing every guy I can find in a closet. So, yeah, it's an awesome power dynamic there, because I'm going to him for guidance on how to lie the rest of my life. Now, when it comes to the other actors in the show, Ryan's great. Ryan's a gem, because I remember the first time I dropped my pants and took off my shirt, and I'm just dangling there, dick and balls, and he just started giggling. That was really reassuring to my manhood. But no, I love working with Ryan because he's so goddamn bubbly and full of life and joy and funny. He brings so much lightness to that scene. This could be just a dirty hookup scene, and he makes it a goofy, fun time. Until, of course, I turn it around. I completely screwed him over when all of a sudden he's a total prissy dick, and it's just going to ruin my fucking life and feel no regrets about it at all. Yeah, so seeing the change that comes over his face there is fabulous. And when it comes to good old Norm, I just want to say to Bailiwick, thank you, because I am incredibly appreciative of getting to work with him. He is a goddamn joy. I love working with him. Makes everything so easy. I don't have to do jack shit. Don't tell anybody that. Yeah, and as for the other actors in the show, the only thing I can say I really feel concerning them. You know, I have friendships with some of them. I've worked with Christian before. But the number one thing I would feel for a lot of them is, frankly, jealousy. Yeah, because these guys are great. I love watching their scenes whenever I can. I love working with all these guys. They're cool as fuck. And so when I see them perform, you know, I'm over on the sides, I'm just like, damn, I gotta step up my game. These guys aren't fucking around. Now, Tom's approach to and concept of the show, I think, was encapsulated in the photo shoot we did, which was just clean, raw, and simple. You know, that we don't have a busy, big background. We don't have, you know, any of crap emotional baggage. There's no melodrama. There's none of this stuff. He's just stripping away all the garbage that goes into a regular production of a play, just getting down to the pure emotional truth of what we're doing. And I love that, you know? Cut away all that crap. Get rid of all this unnecessary theatricality and just stick to the stories and the character. Thank God, I'm so appreciative of working with him. When it comes to being a cutting-edge script, I feel that any script that is fresh, is approachable, and deals with the emotional manipulations people do to each other is always cutting edge. I don't care if it was written in the 1600s by William Shakespeare. I don't care if it was written by Anton Chekhov, you know, a century and a half ago. Any script where people are having real truthful interactions with each other, to me, is cutting edge. The last thing I want to go over is positive aspects of working with Bailiwick Chicago, which is the incredible marketing machine, the wonderful production and design team, and last thing I would say for opening night advice, kick ass. Thanks, this is Beau Forbes.